Hello, and welcome to this information session on the Mary Immaculate College President's Scholarship Award. My name is Dr. Julianne Stack, and I am the Research Postgraduate Quality Manager at the Research and Graduate School at MIC. The Research and Graduate School is based in the John Henry Newman building across the road from the main Mary I campus buildings. I'd like to begin by saying congrádagus, or congratulations, and well done on being the recipient of one of these prestigious awards. They are a reflection on your hard work and academic achievements over the last few years, and you should be very proud. The President's Scholarship Award provides you with an opportunity to pursue postgraduate study at graduate diploma, taught master's, or research master's level, with a fee reduction for the duration of your chosen program. And these aforementioned programs usually last either 1 or 2 years. You can also use this scholarship for a fee reduction for the first 2 years of a doctoral program, such as a PhD or the Professional Doctorate in Educational and Child Psychology. The annual fee reduction is to the value of €1,500 for a regular President's Scholarship Award, or if you are the recipient of a Gold Medal President's Scholarship Award, the annual fee reduction is to the value of €3,000 per annum. Your scholarship offer expires after 3 years from the year of offer, which means you do not need to rush into a decision this year. You can take your time, build up some career experience, save some money, and really have a deep think about what postgraduate options will be best suited for you. Scholarship recipients can select one program from the following website, and I will talk you through the various options that MIC offers in the next few slides. There are a number of different types of postgraduate study. Firstly, we'll discuss taught programs. So these courses usually take at least 12 months of intensive full-time study. Sometimes they can be spread out over 2 years for part-time. Research postgraduate study programs are usually more subject-intensive than taught courses. You're really honing in on one particular research topic in one academic discipline. There's a much greater degree of independence academically, and the qualifications that such a program would lead to is a research master's or a PhD, the Doctor of Philosophy. Mary Immaculate College also offer professional postgraduate programs, and these facilitate entrance into a particular profession. These programs are recognised by the official bodies within that profession, and the two main examples on offer in Mary Immaculate College include the Professional Doctorate in Educational and Child Psychology, which is accredited by the Psychological Society of Ireland, and also the Professional Masters of Education, known as the PME, which is accredited by the Teaching Council, and this enables you to practice as a primary teacher. If you are interested in a taught program, a taught master's, this program consists of taught modules and either a 15 to 20,000 word thesis and can take either 1 year full-time or 2 years part-time. A research master's involves wholly independent research working with a supervisor, and the word count of the thesis is 60,000 words max and normally takes around 2 years, sometimes shorter, sometimes slightly longer, depending on your own personal circumstances. A PhD or a structured PhD, which is the same level of degree, but the structured PhD has taught components. These also involve a significant amount of independent research, but the research findings must add up to an original contribution of knowledge to the discipline. There is a maximum of 100,000 word count for the thesis, and the usual length of time for these programs is 4 to 5 years, sometimes longer and sometimes shorter, again, depending on your own personal circumstances. The Professional Doctorate is a combination of taught modules, placements, a thesis of approximately 30,000 words, and these programs take 3 years. There are a number of different teaching methods in postgraduate programs, a lot of which you'll be familiar from your undergraduate programs, such as lectures, peer learning, group work, workshops, presentations. However, in the postgraduate programs, there is also a greater emphasis on visiting speakers, seminars, research clinics, supervised research, and also mentoring in academic writing. There is also a much greater focus on independent learning, and a lot more will be expected from you in that regard. The taught programs that are available in our Faculty of Arts include programs in Christian Leadership in Education, Applied Linguistics, History, Media, English, and Gaeilge. Please contact the admissions office for further information on any of these programs, and they can be reached at admissions@mic.ul.ie. There are also a large number of taught programs on offer in the Faculty of Education, which you can see here. And I won't list them all out, but they do range across most of our departments in such as professional studies in education, autism, educational leadership and management, religious education, education and the arts, leadership and mentoring, literacy education, and STEM education. Some of the programs are research programs with taught components, such as the structured PhD in literacy education or the professional doctorate in educational and child psychology. And the Education Office is your first point of call for any information on all of these programs. And they can be reached at educationoffice@mic.ul.ie. Mary Immaculate College also offers a significant number of research programs, such as a PhD or a Research MA. And these are on offer in both faculties of arts and education. And essentially, this is where you're undertaking a research program in any of our academic disciplines, such as drama, history, philosophy, STEM education, literacy education. It depends very much on what your original qualifications are in and where your research interests lie. Please contact the Research and Graduate School for further information on any of the programs on offer in these departments. And the Research and Graduate School can be contacted at rgso@mic.ul.ie. There are a number of reasons why it might be beneficial for you to do a postgraduate degree, or even why you might just want to do one anyway. So it may be that you want to make yourself more employable, and that it might even be the cultural norm in your workplace that someone would have a postgraduate degree. And indeed, it is becoming the case in education that teachers are more frequently having master's degrees. You may want to just engage with a subject that you're really interested in, a particular topic in history perhaps, or a particular question that's always been yearning inside of you. It's like, why does that happen? Or why does this learning intervention work? Why does it improve learning outcomes? And this may be what you want to explore further. You may want to change your career in a different direction. You may want to develop your professional network or to increase your salary potential. There is such a thing as what is called as a postgraduate premium, where it is known that over the course of your career, those with postgraduate degrees tend to earn more than those without. It could actually even be a combination of all of the above, and there's no right or wrong really there as to why you might want to do one. You will gain a significant number of transferable skills from your postgraduate study, such as the self-awareness and ability to identify your own training needs. And it is incumbent on you, once those training needs are identified, that you then also identify a way of improving your training and your skill set in that, so that you can complete your research project satisfactorily. Research management skills such as organization, time and project management, career management skills, and your personal effectiveness skills such as flexibility, open-mindedness, self-discipline, all of which are vitally important in successfully navigating postgraduate degree. Your self-discipline will be key in that you will have to juggle possibly a job, your study, your personal and family commitments, and all of those things will have to be managed by yourself. Your research skills and techniques, as well as your verbal and written communication skills, will all improve hugely. All information on how to apply is available on the MIC website, and it can be accessed in a number of routes, via the Find Your Program tab, via the undergraduate or the postgraduate study tab, the faculty web pages, and also the Research and Graduate School page. And I'll talk you through in a little bit more detail on how to apply now. So for the taught programs, each program has its own page. So here I'm using the MA in History as an example. So there'll be a program overview, and also there will be an how to apply section. And the first thing I would advise you to do is to contact the course leader and verify that the program is in fact running in September of the forthcoming academic year. And this will just save you some time in not putting together a wasted application. You complete the application form for taught postgraduate programs and return to the admissions office by the date specified in your most recent communication received from the President's office. And as you can see, I have the title of this application form highlighted here because it looks extremely similar to the application form for research programs, but it is important that you use the correct form because quite different information is requested on each. The application process for research postgraduate programs such as PhDs and research MAs is a little bit more complex. The first step is to identify a research topic or an area which you would like to research. And essentially you need to identify a question or a problem that you will seek to address in your thesis. Okay, and this could be anything. It could be an unexplored writer or a historical figure. It could be assessing the value of an education intervention, if it has a positive effect on learning outcomes. There really is no limit there. But it is important that it hasn't really been done before. You need to be asking a new question. The next step is identifying a supervisor. And so when you have an idea of what you'd like to research, you should begin to explore the research interests of the members of faculty of the relevant department. If you're unsure as to which of the member of faculty's research interests align best with your own, I advise that you contact the head of department, and he or she will be able to direct you towards the most appropriate person. Step 3 is preparing the thesis proposal. And oftentimes steps 2 and 3 happen alongside each other because the supervisor may not be willing to take you on as a student until they have seen your thesis proposal. So a thesis proposal is essentially you'll have a working title, which would often maybe have your research question embedded in it. This is very non-fixed and may evolve quite dramatically over the course of your research project or even over the course of preparing the thesis proposal. It will also contain your aims and objectives, your personal motivation, like is there a personal reason why you really want to explore this research topic, your methodology, a substantive outline of the project, the originality, which is key for a research program, the relevance and likely outcomes of the project. It's also important that you explore any ethical implications of your research, if applicable. So if your research project is going to be dealing with live human participants, then there will be ethical implications. And so you will need to examine and explore those and show that you have an awareness of them. And you will also need to include a relevant bibliography. The word limits for the thesis proposals, including bibliography, are between 3,000 and 4,000 words for a PhD and up to 3,000 words for a research MA. So once you have your supervisor lined up and your thesis proposal prepared, you can put them together with a host of other documents to form what's called the application package. And the application package, it consists of your thesis proposal, 2 academic letters of reference, your academic transcripts, so your undergraduate transcripts, master's transcripts, or any diploma that you may have, whatever is relevant, your CV, a €50 application fee, which has to be paid via Relex at this website here. We do not accept bank drafts, checks, or cash. It must be this online fee. And also the completed application form for research programs. And this form needs to be signed by the student, supervisor, and head of department. And then please send this entire application package to the Research and Graduate School by email to rgso@mic.ul.ie. Hard copies of applications are not accepted. Upon the receipt of the application, the Postgraduate Research Subcommittee, known as the PRSC, which meets approximately every month, will consider the application and will determine the outcome. The Research and Graduate School will then send a formal letter of offer to successful applicants and invite them to register and commence the enrolment process thereafter. If you have any questions on any of the aforementioned steps, please contact the Research and Graduate School for further information at rgso@mic.ul.ie. Mary Immaculate College has a number of different supports and facilities for both taught and research postgraduate students. As I mentioned before, the Research and Graduate School is located on the John Henry Newman campus, and this is where all of the postgraduate facilities are housed. So in that building, there are designated individual study spaces for research students who are based on campus the majority of their time, and there is also a large and bright and comfortable computer and study room for the taught postgraduate students. In addition, Mary Immaculate College offers numerous financial supports, as well as the President's Scholarships Awards. There are other prizes available for people depending on their academic achievements from their undergraduate degrees. And also for the research postgraduate students, they can apply for postgraduate awards, departmental assistantships, doctoral studentships, etc. And these can be applied for either before you start your program or even during it. And the information is available on the Research and Graduate School website in the support section. In addition, the Research and Graduate School provides mentorship for funding applications to bodies such as the Irish Research Council, the Fulbright Commission, the Teaching Council, the INTO. There are many different funding opportunities out there. We facilitate the academic progression process on an annual basis, and we also provide regular research skills training on topics such as academic writing, preparing for conferences, getting your research published in peer-reviewed publications, and many other areas. So I'd like to thank you for your attention and wish you the very best of luck in your postgraduate studies at Mary Immaculate College.